Memorial Day weekend. I just got news that there's no Shohei Ohtani tonight. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, so it looks like Ward, Trout, Walsh, Stassi, Renigfo, Marsh, Velasquez, Wade. So yeah, everybody. So you gotta make sure to change your lineups if you had any Ohtani in, and you want to. And that's literally the first thing I'm going to do is just make sure that I get all the Ohtani out.
What's happening, Sheets?
Nothing. I was just saying that the Angels lineup has no Ohtani tonight.
Yep.
So we gotta fix that.
Yep. Yeah, it's a pretty good slate. It feels wrong that I'm not liking the chalk as much as I do in Boston. And I think I'm going to have to talk myself out of it a little bit. But one thing I am going to do tonight, Sheets, that we're going to stick with is the Toronto situation.
Yeah.
I do want to go with that. I do want to play some Toronto.
I think I want to play some Toronto also.
Plus, you get a little baseball narrative. Vlad playing where his dad used to play and all that stuff.
There you go.
Yeah. What's up, Jim and Kevin in the chat? Good to see you guys. What are you doing as far as your pitchers?
Yeah, right now I got to focus on this Ohtani stuff first, but it's the same as I had before. I mean, yeah. Let me just do this first.
All right, I'll just throw out a little bit of what I'm doing. I do have the Dodgers in Boston. No shock, surprisingly, no shock as the best stacks. But I think there's a lot of different ways you could stack them. I also think that the Baltimore thing is actually getting a little bit chalky, so I'm kind of veering away from that. I do like Atlanta, and I do as a more of a complementary stack, and I like the Toronto a lot.
What about Cleveland? I'm getting a lot of that.
I'm okay with it. I personally didn't find it. I do have Jose Ramirez as one of my priority plays, but I don't have the full stack of the Cleveland. It does make sense. You know what I mean? They fit price wise. You get to pick on Detroit, which is always fun. I think that's a good stack. Sheets. I like it. I like that. Get the Naylor in there. Get Stephen Kwan, Owen Miller. Or Straw and pair these guys with Ramirez. And I think that's going to be a fairly low owned situation. So I'm totally good with the Cleveland stack. I'm sort of shocked to see their run total at 3.8. It's a very, very strange run total.
And what about the runs that Ramirez does not produce?
Yeah. I guess the reasoning is that this Fado hasn't given up more than 2 runs in a start this season. So maybe they're giving him a little bit of credit here. And also, obviously, when we get the DFS names like Fado, it kind of.
Well, Fetty worked, so.
Fetty works, yeah. I still I'm mixing in some pitchers. I have some of the Springs, some Irvin, some Whitlock. I'm probably much lower than the field on Manaea, and I do have Dakota Hudson. I mean, that's another reason why I can.
Yeah, you like that when we talked about that earlier.
It's a gamble play, but I like the idea of the double pay down with Gray and Hudson. And then you don't need to worry so much about playing the chalkier stacks as much. And as I mentioned, the Dodgers, I don't think are on DraftKings going to be quite as high owned as people think because most people play on both sides. The Dodgers are much easier to get in on FanDuel. So I would encourage the Dodgers are going to be less owned than Boston by a pretty good amount on DraftKings.
Yeah, FanDuel, they're going to get jammed.
They're going to be jammed in, absolutely. And by the way, this is not, this is a guy we struggle with. So it's not like, I know it's not the same guy, but I mean, he just doesn't give up what you need in general to these guys. I just believe in the long run that they're just too good for me to pass up. So, and also I'm sitting here sweating on my normal Friday afternoon sweat of will Patton Kazire make the cut? So we get the general who was in good shape and now he's fallen off, but he's on the cut line with 3 to go. So we'll see about that because I only played one lineup. I didn't look and talk to anybody, and that'll make me 6 of 6 in my big buy-in.
Nice.
So that would be fun. Good to see K9 back in here. K9, I'm curious, what are you doing tonight on FanDuel to get a little bit off of this chalk? Because you got that nice 150 tournament. You can sort of spread out a little bit. I ended up getting to a lot of Toronto over there is what I'm doing. And I really feel good about that play. Like, I don't care if it works in a 1-game sample. I just think it's the right thing to do.
You know what would be also cool?
What's that?
If it actually did work on the 1-game set.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Just saying.
Yeah. A good question about the Bieber. Am I fading Bieber because of the weather? So I'm gonna wait to hear. I actually do want to get off at 3:30. Again, we're promoting our site, but there are certain things that we don't have a weatherman, But I do like Roth's. That's like a really valuable thing, and I will relay what I can in Discord. But I want to see what Roth has to say before I do anything with that. But as of right now, I'm very into Bieber. Bieber or Verlander are my two highest owned pitchers, but I am getting, I have the Gray, the Hudson, and then I'm mixing in the Whitlock, Irvin, and Springs. And
the only thing about the Verlander, and this is really nitpicky. It's like a really weird thing to nitpick. Is the thing I brought up with you earlier? Maybe it has some merit. Is that he's kind of like not just going for strikeouts in the name of being a better pitcher. But that's kind of silly. I mean, that's so he gets 25 instead of 30. What's the difference?
Right. I mean, I hear you, but I can't avoid it.
Yeah,
it's just hard not to play the best pitcher for me, and just in general.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So I'm into it myself, quite a bit. Let's see. I got a good feeling about tonight, though. Let's see. We got this, and I'm going to do the batteries. I think I am playing Fado now in a lineup.
Oh yeah,
yeah, mixing in some. I want to play these junk guys. He's my pivot off Hudson, so I can do that. Good to see Forrest back in here again. I really don't. I mean, am I totally accurate that no one is going to play Toronto? Because I'm looking at no ownership basically.
I can tell you, there's going to be one person that's going to play.
Okay, me and you will be the two. Hopefully, we get it right.
If that's going to be the ownership, it's going to be two.
Do you know what really frustrates me though is if Toronto ever goes off, and it doesn't usually happen, but Vlad doesn't do anything, because I cannot go the Toronto stack without Vlad. You know what I mean?
Hey, you want to know what's not say tilty? You brought this up about the Dodgers in the last couple of days. They've been scoring like a zillion runs on no homers.
They had some homers last night.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, Taylor and Freeman. But you're right. But look, we have the roof open in Arizona. I actually think you should be mixing Arizona, not full stacks, but I think you should be playing like they're going to get completely unowned, and that hitting weather is just ideal.
Yeah.
With the roof open. So, and for some reason they still have it as a dome. I just think this is a good game to target overall. And it's interesting if you look at like Varsho's projected to get some ownership, but nobody is really supposed to get that much ownership on Arizona. And I think that they've actually been hitting more home runs this year. They've been more effective. So I don't mind mixing it in. The Dodgers obviously have this decent bullpen. I think that the pitcher's got a real future, but I wouldn't mind taking a Christian Walker.
The Petito guy or whatever his name is.
Yeah. Oh wow, that Angel stack looks awful.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna have to I didn't consider them before, but I might have to actually consider Manoah a little more, with no Ohtani, you do have Walsh back in there, but no Rendon, Rengifo batting. I mean, everything 5 through 9 on that team is pretty weak. So of course the 5 through 9 will go off. Look, Forrest just beat me. I didn't even see Forrest's question. I'm into Arizona, and he just asked me, can you interest me in some Arizona with the roof open? There we go. I answered the question. I love when that happens. You answer the question before it even comes in. JD Martinez. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Other things that I'm doing, some one-offs. I love Aaron Judge tonight. You're not going to get a chance to play Aaron Judge at 0 ownership against a lefty almost ever. And I would do that. I would encourage Judge, Ramirez, Vlad, Machado, and Santana are the guys who stood out to me. Santana thing feels crazy to me. Colorado stack. So I'm a little concerned about the Colorado game, but yeah. I don't. And I totally understand the stack. I just don't. I don't stack Colorado outside of Colorado. Their prices are still Colorado prices. I'm not going to do it personally. On FanDuel, actually, they're more reasonable over there. I definitely can go along with it, but I don't feel like I'm not going to end up with any of it personally. I'm totally fine if anybody else does, but that's not what I'm doing. And Colorado is going to be crazy low owned on DK. On FanDuel, there might be a little bit of ownership there. All right, let's see. Any guys keep popping in questions and thoughts. Pretty straightforward. I'll drop real quick basketball thoughts. I posted, what I like, but I do think I think Dallas, I think it'll be a closer game. I'm sorry, not Dallas, Miami. It's a prideful team. Unless Boston gets hot from the outside, I think this game will stay fairly close. And I think that Boston will win the game. But I don't think it's going to be by 30 points like every other game has been. Have you ever seen anything like this, Chief? There was 18 straight games where they have no clutch minutes, basically, which means the last 5 minutes of the game within 10 points. There was no clutch minutes in 18 straight playoff games, all different series and everything. Isn't that nuts?
That is kind of nuts. I think even more nuts, though, is people trying to figure out reasons why.
Well, I think that they're forgetting that happens pretty often in the playoffs because it just you have your team putting your best foot forward. There's no rest. There's no.
Not only that, but with the percentage of shots that are coming from three, there's just that much more point variance. You know what I mean? And then it's I don't know.
Yeah. Rich B says 40% chance through game. Which O's do I like? So I'll tell you. I'll go through the ones that I would prioritize. Mullins would be number one. Number two would probably be Santander. Number three would be Hayes. Number three would probably be Rushman, who is literally one of the top prospects in all of baseball. I like them all, basically, to be honest with you. I probably would avoid the 8-9, even though I like Mateo and Urias. I think they're better hitters than they get credit for. Maybe they've just been good to me. But I like basically 1 through 7. I think that, I think you can mix it up. I think Mountcastle is a cheap first base option. That makes a lot of sense to me. Ignore the 40. Okay. I was trying to figure out what that meant. All right. But I do like that. I do think this game stays fairly close in the other one. And I think that the ultimate look, Kyle Lowry, I think that most people thought that there was no way he would even play in this game. He might just play like a few minutes.
I think he's crippled.
I think so too, but doesn't it kind of make him an incredible tournament play? Like you have to do something weird to win these tournaments.
That's true.
And you're gonna have I don't think almost any ownership on him. But also if you do believe the current ownership projections that he's going to be owned, I would just play Vincent or Oladipo or something like that. It's been a really weird series, man.
Yep.
It's so strange to watch over and over again. I mean, I think that Golden State was clearly better than Dallas, but I really thought Memphis was the better team when they played Golden State. I thought that they were very fortunate to win those games. It's just weird to me that, and good for Golden State. I hate that, I always root against the Bay Area, but I happen to really like Steph, and I always have since he was at Davidson. But I think it's going to be a fun series with them and I think Boston.
There's a couple of cheapos tonight. Larnach is 20. Mm-hmm. Larnach is 2,300. That's not bad. Who else is cheap tonight?
Larnach, Santana.
Yeah. I like Birdie a little bit leading off at 24.
Yeah, Birdie's a good one to play. I think he's going to be pretty popular.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. But I don't think it's a problem. I mean, it's a fine one-off.
Yeah.
And from what I can remember, you can run on Anderson. Yeah. So that also is a big boost for him because if he gets on, he's probably going to take off. Another really cheap bat that who would have thought we were paying $6,000 for Luke Voit when he was a Yankee that he'd be 2,900 against a lefty and no one's playing him really. It's kind of wild.
It's true.
You also have old man Carpenter for the Yankees, who's $5,000.
Who, Matt Carpenter?
Yep. He's only eligible on DraftKings.
Matt Carpenter is $2,000.
Yeah. What did I say? I meant
you said $5,000.
No, he's batting fifth is what I meant to say.
I'm going to have to try that, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he's got left, but we'll see. They're batting him fifth against a lefty spot. San Diego, SF, Toronto, Boston, Atlanta, Minnesota,
Well,
Atlanta.
and excuse me, you got the cleanup hitter for the Yankees hitting at 2,100.
Who was that?
Andujar.
Oh, Andujar. All right. I mean, this might be a sign to play Springs.
I think that might be not a bad idea.
But if you're not going to, play Aaron Judge as a one-off and thank me later. Carpenter played yesterday, actually. Yeah, I think he signed a few days ago, but maybe it was yesterday. It's possible. Another thing that's going to keep, I mean, I really am liking this Blue Jays thing. They still haven't released their lineup yet. Is that right? Yeah. So that's the way to get a little bit weird with stuff.
Oh, I gotta. Oh man, I gotta line up with these freaking Blue Jays too. Can I really do this? I mean, this is America. I could definitely do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be out tonight. Do I really need to see? Oh, Bo Bichette scratched. You know what I mean? Like,
did that really happen?
No, I'm just theorizing what's going to happen when I'm out. It's like 9 o'clock and.
Oh, I know. I gotcha.
Jansen. I mean.
I really like Danny Jansen as like I've said for a while, I think this guy's going to be a good hitter, and he's like been their best hitter by far. It's kind of nuts.
I can't. I don't know if I could bring myself to do this in the big one. I got this ridiculous idea here.
What's that?
You know what?
Throw it out there to give us an idea of what.
Toronto. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. I think that it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Cordero, Vasquez. Yeah, I have a Toronto Dodgers stack and a Toronto Boston stack.
I really got a bunch of. Oh, I know why. I was going to say, why do I have? Owen Miller's cheap at 36. I like this Cleveland's.
Christian likes the Braves. You like the Clevelands.
Yeah.
What am I drinking? This is a good question. I'm trying to have a glass of wine, but it's so hot here that I did something that I only ever made fun of people for doing, which is putting an ice cube in the glass. So it looks kind of funny.
If you want to one-off against Bieber, you can play Baez.
Yeah. I do want to just point out one thing about Atlanta. Like, I agree, and I like Atlanta. One has really good stuff. He just doesn't. This is also the worst Atlanta lineup that Dansby's one's in his back for 9 hitter usually, but we've seen Atlanta without Freeman that much. It's just not the strongest of lineup. You also have crossover with both catchers being expensive, and it just doesn't quite work for me. But you do also get to do bottom of the order, which I kind of like that. So I'm more using Atlanta as a secondary stack, but I totally understand why people would want to do that. The Padres, I would like better if it was a little better hitting conditions, to be honest with you. I was hoping for a hot day.
Yeah.
But I do like some Padres. You know, it's got a little bit of wind blowing kind of across the field, maybe a little bit in 62 degrees out there. But I do think that's a good move, is to get some, especially Machado and Myers would be my favorite. Oh, sorry, Machado, Myers, and Voit. I don't think they're going to be low on, by the way.
Are all these turkeys from the Celtics playing, like Marcus Smart?
As of right now, I think so. I don't know.
Robert Williams.
I don't know. I like that Rhodey call about the off the board to go with some Mets. I agree with that. I didn't quite get to them myself, but I think that, you know, if I was playing 150, as I always say, I definitely would get to some of it, especially because of the weather concerns. They're just going to be completely unowned. Pete Alonso just is. I mean, you can always feel good playing Pete Alonso.
Yes, you can. Yeah, I'm going to play a couple of these showdowns. Play a couple lineups in that in the NBA.
Nice.
Just a couple.
I'm going to probably go in about 10 minutes, so keep firing on any questions and thoughts, guys. Yeah, I got you, Project Mayhem. I know it just wasn't. It depends on which kind of red wine you're talking about, but I totally hear you on that one. All right, Joanne, get your 6 for 6. I hope it comes through for you.
Did Kazire make the cut for you?
Well, for me, he's on 16 right now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where he'll end up, but no, he's on 17, so he parred. He was he was 2 under, not long ago, and looked like it was going to be an easy one, but it's never easy.
It ain't never easy.
And also, I mean, realistically, is there really any chance that Scotty Scheffler isn't going to win this tournament?
No,
it's just ridiculous. This guy,
there's literally no chance of that.
This is the good. He's going to pass if he wins this, even if he doesn't do anything the rest of the year. He's going to have the there with
the Hall of Fame already.
He is. He has to be. He's up by more points than anyone has ever led by in the thing by literally more than double. Nobody's ever been this far up in Player of the Year. Minaya or Manoa? So depends on the rest of your lineup. Minaya is the more logical play. I like Manoa as a pivot, so that's what I would encourage you to get some of. So I again, if you have a chalky lineup, go with Manoa. If your lineup is off the board already, I think Minaya is the safer play. But I definitely like this. I think this Manoa at low ownership. There's something to it. So I'm gonna get myself a Verlander Manoa lineup. And a Verlander Minaya lineup. All right. Let's see.
And I know this is what everybody was asked came here for, just so that everybody knows the Truck Series projections are up. So I know everybody.
Truck Series projections.
I know that everybody.
I've never done.
I know everybody was waiting for that. So.
One of these days, Sheets, we'll do a little show with one of these things, and you can tell me how to do this. I've been playing DFS a long time, and I've never done it.
Wait, so where's my Bieber?
Okay, so guys, it seems like we're kind of drying up on the Friday conversation, so I might get out of here and finish building. But I hope that Joanne, I hope you get your 6 for 6. I hope everybody has a good night, enjoys their Friday. Oh, and I forgot to answer Forrest's question. I am playing John Gray. Yes, I am playing John Gray some. I'm playing him with Hudson too. So just really dumpster diving today. But I have a feeling.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it. Just so you guys know, I am doing the Toronto and the big one. So that I'm gonna be making zero for a long time.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have nothing going on. Yeah, I like it, Sheets. And the great thing about Toronto too is the way they score runs. We always talk about, and you're mentioning with the Dodgers. That's pretty unusual for the Dodgers because there's a lot of speed and power on the Dodgers, obviously. But Toronto just has ridiculous power all the way through their lineup, and they score by hitting home runs.
Yep,
that's the way you want your runs scored, obviously, for DFS purposes. All right, guys. Good luck to everybody tonight. Good luck, Sheets. Have a fun night. I'm sure. Are you guys going to the city or something?
We have a function out here.
Yeah, that's right.
No, we had the poker thing was last night.
Yesterday. How did it go?
I survived without killing myself. That's the good part about playing live poker. You can survive without killing yourself.
All right. Well, good luck, everybody.
Oh wait, so I have something for everybody. So if you guys are interested, and it seems weird in May to be doing this, but I did a survivor pool video with Brave Jayhawk, who's kind of an expert, and it was like a full hour today, where we talked about survivor pool theory and also sort of a preview of the season. It's not for everybody. It's a lot. It's a lot, but it's like on the, it's on the in-depth intelligence side, and if you're into that, you want to learn about how survivor pools work. I certainly recommend watching it. It's watching the full hour. I make some comparisons between poker and survivor pool stuff, and you just get two kind of sharp guys talking about stuff and trying to make it seem easy. And he's going to be joining me for the survivor pool videos during the course of the season. By the way, the video I put up there today is literally the last one that's going to be free. All the ones during the season is going to be for premium only.
And just so you don't have to talk about yourself, I do want to say that Sheets is you almost won the biggest. I think it's probably the biggest one in the U.S. or the world of the survivor pools. Last year, you were right in the hunt for it, and pretty much nailed it every week. It felt like so.
Well, we've been doing this a while, and along with my partner, who I can't quite to get on to the show, but I will one of these days. we I mean it's an amazing puzzle. It's literally my favorite thing to do, like
Yeah.
gambling wise, because it combines like so many different skill sets, and I really enjoy it. And if those people that play it, you can get in there and learn a little bit. So
Yep. All right, I'm going to bounce. Good luck to everybody tonight, and have a good weekend. I will pop up in Discord during the weekend. And Joanne, everybody at -4 on all their golfers. That's pretty amazing, 6 of 6. So hopefully Joanne takes one down.
oh, let's go! I will definitely sacrifice my lineups for her winning. I will definitely do that.
Same here. All right, good luck to everybody, and I'll see you all in Discord.
All right, later, guys. Just gonna finish one thing. Yeah, I am gonna do this Toronto business, and I'm gonna pair it with these terrible Yankees. I'm really gonna play these washed up Yankees, the Carpenter and the Andujar, or should I play the Marvin? No, the guy's hitting 4. I gotta try this. Yeah, so we're gonna do this. God help me. Okay. All right. And just so you guys know, I am locking in Zane Smith in the in the Truck Series race, and that's all I got for you guys.